times.
The Quad Cities started it all. The first modern-day riverboat casino rolled out into the Mississippi River from the shore right here more than a quarter century ago. The turbulent disaster in 1980's Davenport was not a flood like Cedar Rapids, but a farm crisis that plowed into every neighborhood in this ag implement capital of the world.
Literally overnight, there were several thousand jobs left the Quad Cities from, we had all the manufacturers here, and they went away.
Convention and Visitors Bureau Executive Director Joe Taylor says that's when attention turned to tourism to turn the tide with a big gamble, putting poker, blackjack, and slots on boats sailing the most famous river in the world. Today, empty downtown streets are bustling. Once boarded up businesses are vibrant bars and restaurants. Abandoned factories are livable lofts. And casinos have become this area's ace in the hole for conventions and tourism.
Most communities, if they're lucky, have one casino. We have three, which kind of makes us our own mini Las Vegas. I think it sometimes makes a difference whether we land that meeting or convention, because we do have gaming as one more entertainment option to offer after hours, if you will. So I think it's made a tremendous difference.
The last one left in Davenport turned out the lie.
Mary Ellen Chamberlain was on board from day one, thinking riverboat gambling could save her struggling town. And after marching bands kicked off the christening of the President Riverboat Casino in 1991, she was on board the first cruise, too. As Davenport hit the jackpot, the head of the Regional Development Authority made sure part of the casino profits went to the arts, schools, culture, and charity. So far, nearly $60 million.
I've talked to people who will say to me, you know, Mary Ellen, the longer I'm in Davenport, the more I love it. He said, you have everything. You have a symphony, you have the ballet. And he said, you know, you can get there in 20 minutes and afford the ticket when you get there.
One of the biggest revenue generators, the Rhythm City Casino Resort on Interstate 80, is the latest to leave the river. In its first year on land, it welcomed 1 million visitors and brought in more than $50 million. By the time a portion trickles down to a place like the River Music Experience, it makes a pretty sweet sound.
That's a nice little cadence.
RDA has meant the world to us.
CEO Deb Powers says the museum, dedicated to eclectic live music, the legendary history, and music education, has received more than $1 million from the Regional Development Authority. It supports amazing talent and more tourism.
In 2016, we sold 8,700 tickets in advance to 321 zip codes. 321 zip codes representing 31 states. People travel hours to come here.
1 in 8 people don't have enough food, 1 in 5 kids.
And at the Riverbend Food Bank, trucks are bringing in supplies as Mike Miller surveys the warehouse of groceries that will feed hungry families in this community this month. He says 120,000 people go to bed hungry in the surrounding counties. Their grant of $100,000 a year in casino cash means an extra 1 million meals.
When you talk about, oh, let's put an end to hunger, it seems like an impossible goal. But then when the RDA made a contribution, well, then another foundation made a contribution, then a corporate group made a contribution, and everybody just kind of pitched in.
Opponents in Davenport argued gambling would mean nothing but trouble here in River City, more crime and more prostitution. But it never happened.
There's no doubt in my mind that it's been anything less than absolutely positive.
And one of the godfathers of gambling, former state rep Tom Fay, says he's proud of how it transformed his hometown.
I mean, downtown Davenport was almost a desert too, actually, back then. And you look at it today, and I'm certain that riverboat gaming played a contributing factor in redeveloping the riverfront.
Those dealt a winning hand in casino cards in the Quad Cities are well aware of Cedar Rapids' latest effort to up the ante and win a gambling license. Some say it had its chance to be among the first and voted it down. And now they hope the City of Five Seasons bets the farm and goes home a loser.
Any more casinos, especially in eastern Iowa, eastern Iowa is not underserved. And the only way another casino can survive here is to feed off the others.
And as Cedar Rapids waits, 3 casinos in this community now all on land, but after 26 years, still making some of the biggest ripples in the economy here in the Quad Cities community.